We've all seen world-class speeches, but most of us cannot define exactly what makes that speech so good. So today we're going to watch a complete beginner and then a world-class speaker perform the exact same speech. And then I'm going to compare both so that we can truly understand what makes the speech good or bad. I'm Danny Banchev. I went from being bullied, diagnosed with social anxiety, terrified of public speaking, to getting paid to speak on stages, coaching hundreds of students live, and most importantly, launching Born to Speak, which is on its way to become the #1 community for public speaking, influence, and charisma on Skool. That's where I get to help hundreds of others go through that same transformation I was blessed to experience in my life. The world-class speech we're going to review today is from the series Peaky Blinders, performed by Cillian Murphy, aka Tommy Shelby, who is one of the characters with the biggest amount of aura in cinematic history. So let's start with our complete beginner Madhur right here, who is a member of Born to Speak and who recorded this speech with 0 speaking classes under his belt. And if you want me to review your own speaking and content just like I do on this channel, then you can find me in our community below. The link is in the description. You'll send me your clip you want me to review and I'll do it for you. I'll send you a loom just like this. Let's get it. Oh, fuck yeah.
I bring with me, on the train from London, a message from Westminster.
The voice, the tone, the projection, awesome. One feedback I already have, however. Madhur, when you said the first few words,
I bring with me.
This was awesome. I bring with me, and then you stopped. And then you were looking for the words. Now, obviously, this is a movie scene. And so, yes, you had some words to get to know by heart. But the point is, and this is a lesson for everyone watching this right now, you never, ever want to show that you're looking for your words with your eyes looking down. Silence is a superpower. I love how you use it here. You didn't use filler words. However, even when you're looking for what you're going to say next, like right now, I have no script for this video. It's improvised. I don't know exactly what I'll say after. But watch this. Watch what I'm doing right now. I take breaks, but you can see in my eyes, I'm not looking for my words elsewhere. I'm locked in with you guys. So this is my first advice. Don't look down when you're looking for the next words to say. Maybe look at someone in the audience. Look in their eyes. And then say what you got to say.
On the train from London, a message from Westminster.
Fire. Again, though, you did the same thing.
No. Not a message. Not a message. An instruction, in fact.
Okay, this is very important. See here, the last time you looked down, it wasn't a down looking for words. You could see the difference. You could sense it.
Not a message. An instruction.
That is a very important distinction. It was a looking down of recharging energy. It was an actual break, not a search.
In fact, you must be silent. You must say nothing. Say nothing about your present situation in this city. Say nothing about hunger. Say nothing about jobs. Say nothing about pay, but those in greener pastures, they may speak. They may raise their voices. But here in this smoke, you men and women, Irish, Italian, and English, who support the socialist cause, you must push.
Oh, okay. So what you're great at, brother, is the vocal variety, what you just did. So you projected a lot, and then you spoke in a very calm and low way, low volume. Vocal variety is super important in flow. It's one of the 5 pillars of speaking. Body language as well, very well used. One thing to improve. I want to see more emotion in your facial expressions. There are moments where you get in flow, and then you get out again. So it's like a wave. I want you to pay attention to moments where what you're saying is more believable. It's when you have more expressions in your face, in your eyes. I want to see that you feel what you're saying.
Because the king and all the king's horses and all the king's men wants you to be silent. But it is you, my friends, who must suffer the cuts in wages and indignity, and you must not complain, because that would be unpatriotic. You soldiers who have fought in France, you are traitors, if you speak up. You veterans of their wars and their booms and their busts, it is you who must take the blows and carry the burns for the sake of those in greener pastures who bellow at you.
The vocal variety you just did again, I would put more of that. You go there sometimes, but even if it's high volume, it's monotone. It stays the same. I want to see more vocal variety, like what I just did. I want us to feel like we're on a roller coaster when we're speaking to you. More facial expressions, and pay attention to the eye contact. Be very careful with that one. I want you to be aware of that.
Silence.
Alrighty, that was awesome, brother. I'm proud of you. Now let's switch to the GOAT, Cillian Murphy.
I bring with me
something I already want you to notice, Madur, and everyone else watching. He held the silence word just a bit longer. Now, when you start your speech with silence, every second matters. And what I always like to say is, a bit more is better than a bit less. Because when you're on stage, in your head, the social pressure is so high, you feel like it's an eternity. Which is why I always say, be silent just a bit more than what you would naturally want to be. Just because it adds weight to the words you're about to say next.
on the train from London a message from Westminster. No, not a message. Not a message. An instruction, in fact.
The vocal variety. That's what I was talking about. He speaks loud, and then he goes like this. And notice how when he said, no.
No, not a message. Not a message. An instruction, in fact.
Again, silence was held a bit longer than what you would naturally expect.
You must be silent. You must say nothing. Say nothing about the present situation in this city. Say nothing about hunger. Say nothing about jobs. Say nothing about pay.
When I was talking about the facial expressions, you can see he's more intense.
But those in greener pastures, they may speak. They may raise their voices. But here in this smoke, you men and women, Irish and Italian and English, who support the socialist cause, and the socialist cats and dogs and canaries, you must push. Because the king and all the king's horses and all the king's men want you to be silent. But it is you, my friends, who must suffer the cuts in wages and in welfare and in dignity. And you must not complain, because that would be unpatriotic.
The biggest difference, the intensity, the volume, but not only the volume, the variety. He screams and he almost whispers. He uses his body language even more intensely. The muscles of his face are used much more. There's more facial expression.
You soldiers who have fought in France, you are traitors if you speak up. You veterans of their wars and their booms and their busts, it is you who must take the blows and carry the burdens for the sake of those in greener pastures who bellow at you. Silence!
Wow. Masterpiece. Madhur, thank you. You did a great job. You got to show the contrast. Now you got great feedback. You will be on stage one day. Now, guys, if you want me to review your speech or content, just like I did with Madhur, you know where to find me. I love you. I'll see you here either in the community or tomorrow or the day after, because I post every day on YouTube. All right. Love you guys. Peace.